What's up, guys? I got an interesting here that I thought might want to show you guys. The reason I haven't been making videos, I broke my stand, so I finally got a new one over here. And then we've just been extremely busy. There's only 3 of us in this little shop here in New Mexico, and so it's kind of hard to sometimes keep up. Anyway, so I have a customer's car here, and just recently I replaced his turbo. He supplied his own turbo. There's no issues with that, but he did have a check engine light that came back on. It was for high pressure fuel system, pressure too low. As you know, these are this one does have the Continental pump, and they do actively fail. So that was where I was first leaning. He also had an oil leak that I mentioned last time he was here. He brought it back specifically for the oil leak repair, which was the oil pump solenoid repair kit. And I don't know if you guys know what that is. So this is the part number for it, which is this guy right here. Okay, and as I said, here's the part number for the repair kit. Basically just goes inside the block. It's this guy right here. So if you can see that guy, so those will leak. So I replaced that for him. Shortly after this, I was getting multiple faults here. As you can see, map thermostat short to ground, pressure control valve, which is attached to the oil pump, and then oxygen sensor, quality control valve for that quality control valve is for the high pressure fuel pump. So I was testing the high pressure fuel pump, and the needle's jumping around. I was like, that's kind of weird. It was also extremely high, so it goes to default value when it's short to ground. So it'll open up and basically just perform as much pressure as possible. Anyway, so I did this repair, and shortly after that happened, I was checked fuses, and I found fuse number 2, I think it was blown, which is a 25 amp fuse. As you can see, as soon as I put a new one in, popped again. So clearly had a short circuit to ground. Disconnected, since didn't have this issue before, I disconnected this oil pump solenoid repair kit and put another fuse in. Lo and behold, it didn't blow. Is this a coincidence? Possibly. Also might have done something on my end in order to do this. I could have punctured out because the way this repair is, you're supposed to actually push the rest of the wiring in, right? And then you connect the new one, and the new one is what seals it. Now, when putting it in, using this special tool that they supply here, you're supposed to use that to push the wire down into the oil pan. Really, really dumb design, but it's just how they do it. Could I puncture a wire when I'm doing it? Of course, absolutely. So I gotta do my due diligence, and I've already drained the oil. I'm gonna take this oil pan off and check the wiring. I have had those oil pump solenoids ground internally and pop that fuse and cause those faults. So it could be either or. I'm kind of leaning more towards I messed up. It is what it is, it happens, but you just gotta get it fixed for the customer. So I've also seen some people have struggled to get these oil pans off, so I'm gonna get my stand here, and I'm gonna show you my process of getting these bad boys off. The tool that I like to use, just a little 8 magnetic with about a 6 or 8 inch extension. And then we do have, there are some bolts that are kind of hard to get to that are up above the exhaust. I'll show you. They're all 8 millimeters, so get yourself a universal or a swivel, and they usually do it. If not, I get myself the bendy head. seen people say that they banged on it and use a pry bars, pull with a, you know, come along, you know, as much as they can. It's the only thing I've ever needed. Steel pan, it's not gonna crack. Won't bend, hit it on the side, just hammer it. Right off. Don't be nice to it. So I'm gonna see what the issue is, and I'll jump back on here. All right, so this is what I found. If you look here, right here, kind of hard to see, huh? So we have some exposed wires. See, as I said, the dumb repair is you push all of the wiring into the oil pan. So one repair has already done before. So I'm just going to disconnect it right there and basically bypass it. I've already put that new one in, so just going to take the one out that's failing and bypass that, and we should be good to go. So if you guys want to see me lay a bead for one of these, I can too. Don't use that the gasket material. I use the RTV that we get supplied here at the dealership. One of these things will last you 5, maybe more seals. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get this all done. I'll try to set up a video for how I lay the RTV on it, so you guys have an idea. But that's going to be causing an issue. It was up here, and it was touching the housing, which is going to be why it was grounding. Right now, as is, it would probably be okay, but I don't want to take that chance. Put it all back together, fault comes back. All right? All right, got the new pan on. Obviously, just put oil in it, put the oil back in it. As you can see, I do have it apart right now. I'm gonna hook my pressure gauge to it, but I want to see if this fixed it. pretty confident that was gonna be it. Ignition on. The way to tell ignition on is you got your fuel gauge is showing. I got a battery charger connected to it. Delete volt memory. Alright, got it pretty much back together. So you guys know this is the fuse. Fuse number 2, 25 amp. Got my fuel pressure gauge connected. Cleared faults. See if check engine light comes back on. It was instantaneous when it was happening before. It would instantly. There we go. No check engine light. Looks like. Pressure fuel system looks to be pretty good. I'll let it run for a little while. And another good indication that these low pressure fuel pumps are failing is the needle will jump around a lot. It was doing that before because with that fuse blown, the high pressure fuel pump, which is pulse width modulated, was putting out maximum power, so it was the low pressure was fluctuating. But now it all looks good. I was looking for that. That's a new one. And let's go back to start vehicle test just to see what faults. Diesel looks good. There you go, no fault. So I'm gonna let this run, see if it dies from the JBE. Sometimes the over amperage draw from the low pressure fuel pump will cause the JBE to take crap. I don't think that's the situation on this. It only happened one time, so I'm thinking more it's gonna be that Continental pump. But there we go, pretty good.